Hello, hello. Welcome to cEDH Poser Brews. I'm Tim, and tonight I am joined by my friends Island Time, Mr. Jamaican Dude. Say hi.
Hi.
And by our other friend, Joe0. Say hi, Joe. We decided to do a few of the Ask a Spike Q&A questions, and we let Joe pick out a couple. There's some spicy ones, and then we're going to chat about them. So, Joe, where can people find you on the interwebs, good sir?
I'm in some of the Discords. My Discord name is Joe0, and then I'm on the competitive EDH subreddit, shit posting all the time. So,
Is Joe0, Joe01, Joe012?
there's a lot of zeros and ones in my
0123?
No,
I think
just
one of
zeros
them.
and ones.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you actually spell out Joe-O in binary or some shit?
No, that's kind of clever though.
And Sean, what you been up to, man?
Your boys on the MLC? Yay! How does a specific commander become cEDH? Just whatever 99 other cards are available as a complement. So, I think when you look at a commander, what do you look for for a cEDH commander? Joe, what you got for this? What do you look for to consider commander cEDH?
I think it depends, but generally it needs to either be like, it needs to be good, really good at something, right? So like,
right.
For example, like Cody's really good at like tutoring the one thing and
resolving profane tutor.
Yeah. So like it's good at like doing your game plan consistently and fast. And then if you look at like Thrasios, like just Thrasios, and you can look at whatever other partner, but it depends. But like for Thrasios, it's a crazy good value engine and an infinite mana outlet, right? So like that just does busted stuff. And then like Najila, it's like, okay, this is just a one card combo, and even without the combo, it's really strong. Like, and then for like Kenrith or something, like you can keep going, but like Gitrog Monster is a good one too, right? It's like this is a busted ass card with like a couple. If you build your deck right, it's busted, and even without it, it's like you're still like it's a crazy good value engine just by itself,
right?
And so like it's really just like an inherent power level. But I guess there are other commanders that don't that are cEDH still that don't necessarily follow that, where you have like Rograk. Like there's nothing inherently strong about him other than you can sacrifice him like he costs 0.
Other than he's a 0 drop.
Yeah, like
that you always have access to.
Yeah, like it's like that's strong, but like it's weird. I think that one's a little bit different. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. It's just more like when I saw the card, I was like, why you print this card? And then everybody was like super hype about it. I'm like, I'm not seeing it. And they're like, oh, it's what he enables. He enables Deflecting Sword on your turn. You like Fierce Guardianship. It enables Springleaf Drum. It enables Calling the Wick. I'm like, okay.
Mox Opal.
It enables a lot of broken cards early on versus, oh, here's my 3-drop commander, then play Calling the Wick. It's like, it makes those turns a lot faster. And I'm like, okay. Then I see why he was hyped up. And I'm like, other than that, I'm like, dude, he's a 0-1 with what? Fucking, I don't even know what he does. Like, oh, he's
he's a warrior.
Okay.
I think he's like First Strike Trample Menace or something.
Yeah, it's like the keywords on him made no sense.
I'm like, he's a 0 drop with keyword soup, and he's a warrior. So he triggers in the Gila too. It's like, what were they thinking?
What? I'm like, I don't get you. I don't get you at all.
So what do you guys think about like Silas Wren and Viles? I guess Vile Smasher has some like utility.
Vile Smasher is relevant.
Yeah, but like, okay, let's look at Silas Wren and like I think Tana. Yeah, like
so Silas Wren is really like 80% for colors, and like 20% because he buys back LED and Lotus Petal, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's mostly in there for colors because the deck that he's featured in, is really Rograk is the one you're really jamming all the time, and then you kind of use the Silas to kind of help give you some amount of like recursion like value, but it's not like that great. Like for me, what does a specific command like? What does a when like? How does a specific commander become cEDH? So while ostensibly any commander can be cEDH, in order for that to happen, a lot of metrics need to be met. And essentially it either needs to be like in really good colors, really good card advantage, really good mana, like a tutor, like it needs to be like an essential part of like a 1-card combo. Like take Heliod, for example. You know, I know everybody likes to shit on Heliod all the time, but Heliod is part of it only needs one other card to win the game, and white can tutor it. So that makes it like a thing, because you have half of your combo in the command zone and the other half you can tutor for. It's kind of the same thing with like all the like red-green decks, all the Gruul decks, like Thar. Like what makes Thar reasonable is that you can play all these creature combos. Green tutors creatures, and then Thar is an anti-storm piece in the command zone. And also like Gruul kind of plays into like Staxxi's type of things pretty well. And can pressure Adnaw's decks really well. Whereas like take like Sidar, the partner, the green-white partner, like he doesn't really do much. He's a 5-drop. He's a 2/4. Like flanking's not really relevant in cEDH. And there's not really a need to play something plus green-white, like as a 3-color pairing that you can't get from playing blue-white or white-black or some other type of, you know, red-white. So therefore that kind of pushes Sidar out. Whereas like, you know, like Ikra Siddiqui is green-black, so it's got 2 really good colors. It pairs nicely with like, that's the other thing, is you also have to think about like, especially like with partners, what are you pairing it with? Like Crom plus Ikra is pretty good because that's like 4 life a turn, 8 life a turn, something like that. Mm-hmm. Like when it attacks. And then plus the fact that like the casting cost is pretty simple because the 3 colorless. Whereas I don't know, like that new Simic commander, what's the one with the A that gives you the extra land drop?
AC?
Yeah, AC. Like that one seems like it could be decent, but like really at the end of the day, it's like it's a 6-drop, and it's really hard to kind of like leverage that advantage effectively to win. Whereas like if you take Kinnan is like super easy to cast. He's got a built-in like broken mana advantage engine in the form of just being able to flip for non-humans, and then he pairs really well with like things that Simic can tutor very well. You know what I mean? Whereas like what you need to really win with AC is like extra land drops and like Field of the Dead, which like you got some stuff that can hit it, but like that just seems real slow. I'm sure there's a better combo you can play with that commander in Simic, but I don't know it off the top of my head. And a lot of times those evaluations kind of need to be like blatantly recognizable.
Yeah.
Not always.
I guess there's another point that's kind of, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but like for me personally, like the only food chain deck I'm playing is the one that I think is the best. Like I don't think Prosh is the best, so like I'll never play Prosh. Like what? He's like strong, don't get me wrong, but like
okay.
The way I kind of look at it is like cEDH commanders, if you will, like if you like kind of rotate out as they get pushed out by things that do the same thing but slightly better. And that's kind of a hot take sometimes. But
yeah.
So like would you, like I think a good example of this is like a Tagatog is like a 5-color commander, but why the hell would you play that guy instead of any other one for cEDH?
Right. Or like Korra the False God or whatever. Yeah. You know. Like, well, and that's kind of the thing. Like like but then sometimes there's metrics that aren't blatantly obvious. Like when Cody first got printed, everybody was trying to do hypergenesis, and I'm like, oh great, here we go again. You know, not everybody's just doing the spicy brew of the week, and now I got to jam against all this jank, and then they're like, oh, profane tutor, ha, gotcha. You know, now you're like, well, shit. Now I can resolve an ad nauseum on turn 2 like all the time. And so sometimes it only takes like one card to shift a commander from like essentially jank, not really playable, but everybody's trying, to like, well, this is gonna usurp other things, and it's not always like it. A lot of like it only takes one card a lot of times. Like I don't know if like,
it does.
You know, so
to completely like shake up a format or make a deck good or bad, and normally just take losing one card. Losing or gaining one card, that's true.
Yeah. So I think that about covers that, unless you guys got additional thoughts on that one.
No?
Yeah. All right. Joe, where can everybody meet you?
On the internet.
Where can they interact with you on the interwebs? One more time for the for the going away.
I'm in various Commander Discords. You can find my name on Discord's Joe0, and then on Reddit, I'm a shit poster, Joe with a bunch of zeros and ones.
They're all Smurf accounts. Don't reply to them. Don't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Deke is in the chat still.
Yeah, Deke's still there. Have a terrible flight. That's right. Well, I'm Timmy T1000 with my buddy Jamaican dude who had to step away for a minute, hence why we have his lovely Jite portrait up. If you like what you see here, hit the like, share, subscribe, blast the bell. If you'd like to support us, you can go to patreon.com/cEDH Budget Brews. Give us $1. It helps keep the lights on, pay for all the stuff, the website, things like that. And have a good night.